multi-ball magic, the stories that it tells. From the classic wooden cabinets to the digital spells, every play's a new adventure, breaks you from your shells. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid, yeah, the show's about to start. Talking pixels, flippers, and the tech that stole our heart. From the joystick to the headset, come on and play your part. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid, a brand new world to charge. Now we're strapping on the goggles, worlds are virtual and bright. Stepping into new dimensions, bathed in neon light. The future's here, it's crystal clear, and everything feels right. Connecting past and present.
Welcome to Hangin' Out.
And through
Let's do this.
the night.
Hey, well, I was really zoning that time. Good thing AI told us welcome to Hanging Out. And I was jamming, but thinking of something else, just staring out into space. So.
Yeah. Were you thinking that maybe Mike would show and we could have a third person here?
Yay!
Hey,
How's it going, Mike?
good.
I saw you in there, but I didn't dare click to bring you in while the intro was playing because I didn't know what would happen.
Oh,
I thought it might cancel the intro and only put you up or something. We like, oh, that's awkward. Oh, good to see you, Mike. Good to see you. It's been a while since we got to chat.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how you been?
Good. I just I would have been on here earlier, but I was trying to chase a fly out of my bedroom.
That's all right. You gotta have priorities. You don't want to be doing this the whole time.
Oh no, it's like pissing me off. I sat in the chair and it like buzzed in my face, and I like grabbed a t-shirt and chased it around the house until I could try to kill it.
Nice. Nice. All right. Well, let's do a quick rundown and say hi to the chat. Casey was first, but then it was gone. So you're still first on our list here. So good to see you, Casey. Polo's here, hanging out with Bart, Mike, and Poe. That's right.
Nice.
This chick's here again. Hey, FamousorCHRISpy is here. Good evening, my dudes. Displays neckbeard. Nice. Let's see. We got some hello. Will they, I mean, Poe, be on time? Yeah.
Kinda.
Hey, Derek is here.
Hey, Derek.
Good to see you, Derek. And Derek is glad to see Mike. Doesn't care about me or you, Poe. Just, hey, Mike's here. I'm the same way. I don't care about me or Poe either.
Right?
It's all about Mike. Oh, nice hat. Oh, Bliss is
Thanks,
here.
Bliss.
Now,
Got the boat set.
why would Bliss comment about your hat, Mike? I wonder.
I don't know. It says like you dirty Sanchez on it.
Oh,
I don't have the Bliss
that's for
hat.
Phil's mom.
The Bliss hat's missing. I have the Brian's Man Cave hat sitting out here, though.
Oh, nice.
The Bliss
Pierre's
one's in the
here.
house. Relaxing.
Pierre's here, and Flight Quest 40's here. They have
Nice.
popped in, and some more hellos. I have the SpaceX with the flag and
Nice.
the veteran hat, but I don't wear hats very often, so it looks weird to me when I'm wearing a hat.
We look all synchronized now.
Yeah, we have so much in common.
I know.
We're all wearing hats.
We're like cool, like we're like the Beastie Boys or something.
Right. I need to wear mine backwards and then open the door so the sun's coming in and be like this. Oh, all right. Poe, how's it going up there in nice, chilly Pittsburgh?
Yeah, well, the intro was going. I went up one more degree in here, so it's 94 inside right now.
Oh,
You hear something loud, it's that fan blowing right on me. So,
I'm holding right at 88, so you got me beat. Everyone
nice.
knows from their basic geography classes that Pittsburgh is typically hotter than Texas. I was thinking about you the other day, Poe. Not to derail. How's your weather? We were watching a thing about accents all around the U.S. and Pittsburgh had its own little segment. And as soon as he started going over, I'm like, well, that's Pittsburgh. Yeah, he did the yins and all that stuff. And
yeah, people from this area are called the Yinzer. The Yinzer.
Yeah, it's funny. The people that were on the YouTube show, whatever, they had no idea. They're like, I don't know where this accent would be. They're guessing like Boston or something. And I'm like, but they guessed Boston for like 4 in a row because anything in the Northeast. So like, oh, that must be Boston.
Must be Boston. Yeah, you got to watch Pittsburgh Dad, all those skits because he's from Pittsburgh, but then he overdoes the accent on purpose there. Nice.
Yeah. Flight Quest 40's wearing his Top Gun hat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, let's see. Mike's Gala is here. Hanging out, got classier today. Nice. That's right.
Mate, you say it every time. It's almost getting as old as Bliss's Slurpee joke, I mean, it's true. It does get classier, but we know that.
Shelby and the gang made it down to their Airbnb. Oh, Shelby's in Florida right now.
Oh, nice.
Vacationing, which is a great time to be vacationing because our 3.5 mile drive up to the highway, the last probably 8th mile, you got to cross a railroad track and then go to the highway. They got that whole crossing ripped up. So now we have to go the long way to get to town and back. And we discovered it in the morning on our way to work.
Oh, of course.
When we get up there. So we drove basically 3 miles up there and then had to turn around, not only drive the 3 miles back on the dirt road, but drive the extra 2 miles to the back part and then I call it's the closest I've ever been to late for work. Here for sure. I got to work at 6:59 and I had to be there at 7. And it's like this, I called on the way. I'm like, we might be late. I'm turning around right now. But
that happened to me once. Once I went to this different plant, that same first year, I was driving the same way every time. Only way that I knew how to get there. I come up on the on-ramp for the one highway, and the on-ramp was gone. They had it ripped out of nowhere, just like, decided they're going to redo this on-ramp. I'm like, how the hell do I get to work? And the GPS is just like, take the on-ramp. I'm like, it's not there. It's not, what do I do? But then I called in. I'm like, yeah, I can't make it in tonight.
Yeah, that's crazy. Kelly's not wearing her hat. That's it. Poe, you're off his new calendar.
I'm only on there once, so you're taking Bart off once, but he'll still be on there.
I'll still be on the other time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where's Megan tonight? We don't know. Mike looks like the Kilroy was here cartoon. That's what. Polo says, congrats on great pinballs. I don't think I'm winning on any of them, but thanks. Yeah. Casey's got some good scores up there. Mind you, it's not a joke because it's not a joke. Fair enough. But yeah, so it's been an interesting week. There's some stuff to actually talk about this week in the show, right?
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah, and not surprising, it's not that we added any new challenge. So that's still riding.
Yeah, I did have the iArcade on, but that was just because the power went out one day real quick and came back on. And when that happens, the arcade automatically boots itself up. So
Right. Yeah. So, but anyway, we'll come up with something in somewhere between next Sunday and August. We'll have
I originally thought I would do it Friday night, but I got so wiped out, beat up from work that night that my whole body ached even into Saturday afternoon. I'm like, I'm not playing anything.
Yeah, I hear that. I've been there. So, Poe, did you get a new haircut, or did you just get the same old haircut?
Yeah, I just covered it with a different hat. Worked out great.
There you go.
I did cut the hair in my ears out, so I didn't want to look like old Poe. So
Right
time to
there,
get
you go.
there.
So what's been going on in the world of gaming?
Well, we saw there Champ Games has their 30th anniversary sale going on. That's for games and ROMs and merch too, I think. So
Oh, nice.
that's awesome. I think you're saving like anywhere around $5 for cartridges, complete in box, and a couple bucks on ROMs. So now's the time. I know Crispy was talking about grabbing Wizard of War. You can't get over there for some savings. I know I would love to. This stuff's all coming on. I'm not sure how long the sale is going on, but I surely should wait until Friday anyway. That's payday. So
Yeah, and you can see on here some of these are cartridges and some of them are ROMs. You can tell by the way they say cartridge and ROM on it, and also the price. You know, the price is a little steeper for the cartridges. But yeah, there's some good prices on here. This one's tempting for me. I don't have that Spider's Arcade. That's
that's a fun one. Pierre's going to be playing that this week. I think on his
nice.
Friday show he's doing some Champ Games stuff.
Nice.
Was it Friday? Maybe it's Monday. I can't remember now.
Well, I would think it'd either be Friday or Tuesday because it seems
Well,
like
he's doing, in television, right on
Mondays, yeah. But yeah, so check it out, champ.games, or just Google Champ Games. It comes up right away.
They do trees too. They'll cut your trees down like they did mine.
Crispy, download the demo first and put it on your Game Station Go and make sure. Because I think they're hit or miss with the Champ Games and Champ Game Presents. I don't think all of them are working right now on everything. So yeah, check out the demo, and if it runs, then you're good to go.
Yeah, that's what I did. I went and downloaded all their demos for free and then put them on my Pi to make sure that the version I have would play them. So I'm good to go with all that. Dude, Mike, master of the obvious. What's going on in the world of gaming? Gaming mostly. Yeah. Let's see. Pierre said he bought 8 digital ROMs from Champ Games today.
Whoa.
Nice. And he's going to play. He's going to play Champ Games Friday.
Casey of Canada, that guy there.
All right. the Canadian Casey. Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I would, but then the wife would find out. What are all these charges for Champ Games? I don't know. Please don't beat me.
Yeah. Let's see. Bliss had asked a question here, and I don't want it to get off the top before I forget it. Superstation.
Yeah, I think I did see that. Pretty sure. Yeah. Yes.
The Superstation?
I don't even know what that is.
They're not the PlayStation one, the PlayStation box, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
All this stuff comes up, and I click on it, and then I go and I put it in my cart, and then I back away like a whooped puppy dog and don't get it. Well, most of it.
Casey says Pierre doesn't buy that much. All right. Well, I guess Crispy's going to segue us into the next one.
Yes, that
Electronic
was
television ROMs.
if we had a board here with bullet points, that was going to be the next one. Get over there to Electronite because there are some great prices on their digital games. And again, I'm waiting for payday, but I think I might end up buying more there than I am at Champ Games for the 2600. Rough. Everybody has sales on at the same time.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna show the main page. I'm not gonna go through everything that's on here, but you can see some of these ROM prices. The first anthropomorphic AF 938 old school 225. Buy that one just because, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at Mr. Do and Napoleonic Wars for sure. I've been waiting for that one for digital. So,
man, and a bunch of these I've already bought. So,
yeah,
can we get a refund for the difference? Just kidding. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff down here. That stuff on the top was just. What was the other one you said?
Napoleonic Wars and
here it
Mr.
is.
Do.
Napoleonic
That's
Wars
awesome.
25 ends June.
And Mike
7th.
Gaming Gala helped with that game.
Oh, nice.
So I can get my
Awesome.
digital copy, digitally signed autograph.
There you go. Yeah, it does. It ends on the 7th. So we
Yeah,
got
the
about
7th. You don't have a lot of time.
Here's Mike's pick for Game of the Year.
Polista?
Polista. We don't want to start battles in the chat.
Yeah, I wish the sale would have ran over 2 paydays instead of 1. But
Oh, here's the Wizard of War. Yeah, so and then there's information about the stuff. Here they're talking about the physical copies. These new tables, these new games, 150 physical copies have to be sold before he's going to release the digital versions of those. Looks like AF2 is saying $80 right now.
Oof.
85 for Lazy Jones and Stack 'em. But yeah, so check it out, electronite.net. Again, I just Googled it, and it's the first stuff that comes out. Make sure you spell Electronite with a K. Put a C in there, you're not going to find it. So
yeah, William posted it last night. I saw Papa Pete also posted it this morning on Facebook. So get the word out there. Get the games.
yeah, there's a lot of great games on there. So, and it's pretty good pricing. You have a week to do it, so you might as well do it tonight after the show. And
Don't forget the t-shirts too. That's on sale.
Well, Casey, we're not getting into that argument again, are we? Well, I guess it's not really an argument. I mean, what you're saying is true there, but
Yeah.
right. Bliss says Star Mercenary is also great. Yeah. Whole can of
But you
worms.
guys, I'm asking Casey and MGG there. Just skip ahead and start saying last right now. Just keep going till after the show.
Right. That one day, I don't even know if they knew that we were still talking in the green room. We're just laughing.
We're sitting in the green room, and then they start saying little things to each other, ripping it. We're just sitting in here laughing. Like,
That's funny stuff. Yeah. So that is cool. And oh yeah, I should have brought up the t-shirt page and had that going. The
oh
new
yeah,
merch.
right. That's T-Public. I've ordered shirts from them a lot through the years. You know, they're good enough shirts, right? Just like any of them. After you wash them so many times, but make sure you wash them the right way. Put them inside out. They'll last a little bit longer. But I knew they had a thing on there about artists. If you come in there, and you can upload your images, and then you choose what merchandise you'd like it to be available for. So I didn't do like cell phone cases. I didn't do the fanny pack. So maybe I should have done the fanny pack, and at least Derek would buy something.
Oh,
Oh. Whenever I try to do the search on the page to find it says I can't find it.
Yeah, they don't like me.
If I click on the link, it works.
yeah, it goes to it.
They don't like me. I already got them for like $5.25. So
Yeah, so I can't show it because I don't have the link handy.
It's in Discord too.
Is it?
Discord. Yeah.
Oh, now you're making me look bad. I usually do that on my own. Where's it at on the Discord channel? Where'd you put it? General?
In general,
oh, I think it got buried. I think.
you gotta scroll through the mom stuff and you'll find it.
Okay. Make a mom magnet. I see.
Yeah, my mom is making them. She's doing the iron-ons on the ironing board right after she presses Dad's clothes.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Am I still sharing my screen? I am. Look at there. We're professionals. We can pull stuff right up within 17 minutes. So you got 4 choices here. Where's my mouse? There it is. This one has the whole gang. Can you zoom in on this?
And I even changed the colors and a little bit on it from the original picture. So nice blue skies going there, and the golf cart has something about Offgrid written across the front of it now. And
Yeah, boy, it doesn't look so good on that shared screen, but I wish you could zoom in, but I can't. Oh, here, if I do it this way.
Oh, there you go.
You got G. Parker over here with his glasses. There's Mike. I don't know who this guy is. This guy.
Sitting on his lap.
Yeah. You guys are
Where's his
cozy
hair?
out there.
He's
And
missing hair on the top.
The party patrol.
don't start, Mike. Don't get them going.
Nice. Let's see what else we got. We got this one. I got that one in sticker form.
Oh, nice.
I think I'm going to put it somewhere. I don't know where. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put it somewhere. Here, this is fancy. Yeah, I haven't shaved my head right here, but you can tell how bald I am. That's getting more and more accurate. And then if you just want to say, screw that Offgrid guy, just get a Poe one. Nobody. Mayor Titty City. Nice.
That's a good shirt to wear around like schools and stuff, right?
Just hand off stickers at elementary school.
Right. But yeah, then you can scroll down and you can see all the different stuff.
Yeah, you can get that in white beater white, Bliss. So
Right. The coffee mug's kind of cool, but I have it blocked with the chat. I almost got one of those coffee cups, but we don't have enough room for the coffee cups we have already in our tiny house. But yeah, that's cool. That is cool. Yeah. Only guy there that isn't bald is represented as bald. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Oh, people type when I'm trying to click, and the one I'm clicking on keeps going up.
I knew Mike's Gaming Gala would bring up. He said that to me when he ordered the shirt. I wasn't going to say it right here, right now, but
What? Yeah, that sounds about right. Might be possible to play Nintendo Game Boy Advance video games on the Super Nintendo video game console, says Daniel. Welcome to the show, Daniel.
Yeah. Welcome from Ireland, right?
Yes. My merch will launch this week, says Mike's Gaming Gala.
Coffee cat. Actually, Mike's been working on his for a while, and he's actually picky and choosy, so it's going to be high quality if that's the kind of shit you're looking for.
That's funny too. I'm also that's why I was surprised you guys were gonna do merch, because I was actually not on T Republic. I'm doing it, I think, on Redbubble, looking for artists to do like my designs as well. So
Nice.
So I'm thinking about going through them, but I want to just kind of compare to see who's got like a really good quality shirt. Yeah, that's what I was concerned is if you wash it too many times, and there goes the print.
Yeah. I've been thinking about, for years, I've been thinking about doing ball caps, but I don't know.
I think that's all I want. It's like just ball caps, t-shirts, and coffee cups.
Yeah.
Having trouble with this camera button. I keep hitting it twice, I guess. There we go.
Mom jokes, they're just on the sidebar. You can read the mom jokes at your leisure. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You got 1 day left to get this cheaper price, and it is quite a difference. The hat goes from $19 down to $14, so you're saving 25%, right?
Yeah.
So you got offer expires in 1 day, 4 hours, 43 minutes, and 33 second, 32 second, 31 second, 30 second. God, it keeps changing. So that's cool. I ordered the shirt. I ordered the first one with the whole gang. Yep. And then I ordered that one with me and you in the sticker form.
Nice. Yeah, I got that same shirt. But I didn't get the sticker. I'm thinking about supposed to be a magnet there somewhere too, but I didn't see it on that page. I might get a magnet for out here on the door, the metal door.
Nice. Yeah. We got one of those newfangled Frigidators that doesn't have magnetized on the front. It's like the doors are not magnetic. You can put stuff on the sides, but you can't put anything on the front. I broke, I wanted to put one of those pictures that the grandkids drew that I'm making up right now for the story's sake. I wanted to put that on there, and I got out the staple gun, and Kelly stopped me. She said that was inappropriate. not the staple gun picture of the fridge. Did you play any new video games? We don't play new games here. We play old games here because we're old guys. The newest thing I played was Worm Whomper because I haven't played that before until this contest. And if you don't believe me, look at my score I posted. That is video evidence.
I did try to go back and play the Jay and Silent Bob where I left off a few weeks ago on there. A few weeks ago when I played it, I got beat by the one boss twice. And I got so mad because they send you all the way back to the beginning. So I thought this time I'm going to get to him, then I'll hit record. So I did that, made the whole way to him, hit record, got close, and then he went to his second form, and I got that about halfway down, and he killed me. And I'm like, I'm not recording this anymore. I'm not going all the way back to the beginning again and coming through. I got other stuff to do today. So, frustrating. Sure.
Right.
Yeah, I got like, what game am I playing? I showed you a pic. It's the girls shooting each other with water guns.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I got like this really nice family-friendly game. They're just splashing themselves. And
are they wearing white T-shirts?
Oh, I mean, you can actually put any T-shirts and stuff on them and stuff.
Nice.
And you can, dress them up. And I'm like, what else can you do on this game? You can do a lot. I was kind of shocked. I'm like, oh, okay. So, but yeah, I was thinking, because it looked like, I don't know if you ever played Splatoon on the Nintendo Switch. That's like with the weird squid characters running around shooting up the whole stage. So I was thinking it's going to be like that. But it's kind of like them shooting each other, and then their clothes start falling off. And then I'm like, oh, okay. They're not nude or anything, but yeah, I was just like, how did the sales guy describe it? It's like, yeah, it's like Splatoon, but with Dead or Alive characters. I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds fun. No.
Splatoon.
Here's an interesting question that we might get answers from all around with different people. Are arcades still doing good business in the USA and in America? So Mike can answer too, because he's in the America part of that. There are a couple of arcades in El Paso. That would be the closest place I can go, and they do seem fairly popular. There's a good bit of people in there. Not like it was in the 80s when you're like waiting in line to play Pac-Man or something, but they do okay. They do okay. And I've seen videos of other arcades that are popping up around Texas, and I'll see on my YouTube feed, their advertisement stuff. And so they're pretty good around here still. Mike, what's the arcade scene like up where you're at?
Yeah, most of the arcades that we have are like one's in Seattle, and then in Oregon, that's where I usually go. There's like in Portland, we went to the Portland one that had the pinballs and the arcade machines, and then there's that other one where Kelly went to. Forgot what the town is, but yeah, there's the pinball museum. That's where I like going to go play arcade machines. And it's just you pay for that one-time fee, and then you can play any machine for free, or the pinball machines. And I know, like the one in Portland, if you go there, I think up to 6 o'clock p.m., it turns into a barcade. So I know barcades are pretty popular too, but they're good because it's like usually early on the kids can go in, and then if you just want adults, you don't want any kids in there, you just go after 6 p.m. and it's just for adults. Yep, while they're drinking and playing video games.
Oh, how's the arcade scene up in Pittsburgh?
The barcades seem to do well. It seems like you get more and more of them each year around here. Now, the newer style ones, the redemption ones, I don't go to them that often, but when I do, I don't really see that many people there. Maybe people with little kids are more interested in those kind of things. But then you got Pastimes Arcade. It's pretty busy out there in Ohio when we went. We're going to be going to one here, I think this month when June, my son comes home. They opened a new one going towards Pittsburgh. It used to be a church, and now it's an arcade and pinball place. So, and I think that place is kind of like people that own these machines. If they need a place to have them stored, they can have them stored there, but they let people play them. So, kind of a neat idea.
Yeah, and Bliss brings up Dave and Buster's, but not really an arcade.
Right, yeah, of course. Yeah, there's a Dave and Buster's in Pittsburgh as well.
Yeah, there's one of those in El Paso. I don't really count that one as going into an arcade. Fort Walton, Destin Beach, Florida has a popular one. That's cool. Let's see. Greg's not here, Polo. Greg, are you and Mike interested in the Intellivision ROMs as well? Me and Poe are. Mike doesn't have a way to play them.
Well, I thought about telling Greg to jump in, but I know Sundays when it's warmer, he's busier. And also, I just saw today that he was opening a new ukulele, so I think that's going to take all of his time away.
Yeah. I don't know what he's up to. I sent him a text a couple hours ago and I haven't heard back, so I'm guessing he's out and about doing something. Of course, they're limited right now because Cheryl had to have that surgery. So
right.
She's in recovery mode. So, but yeah, Mike doesn't have any beef against Intellivision. He just never played it, right? Am I?
Yeah.
getting that
Only
right.
only one time at a girl's house, and that's the only reason I wanted to get just that one Intellivision game that Casey gifted me, the MLB baseball. So that's the only Intellivision game I have at my house. But yeah, I have a lot of nostalgia for that. But if I were to get it, it's kind of hard to play by yourself on it. So
Right. Well, they got that new version now that you can play single player.
oh, nice.
So that's pretty cool. And I lose all the time. I suck at baseball now. Yeah, let's see. Arcades seem to have better ROM prices on their sales when they were selling. They did have some pretty good sales on the arcade. Dave Buster seem to have new flashy games, but not too much classic anymore. Yeah, the closest you'll get is like those giant Pac-Man or giant,
Space
whatever.
Invaders. Yeah.
Space Invaders,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was fairly excited the first time I went into one. I'm like, hey, it's like an arcade. And I went in, and first of all, it was 10,000 decibels. It's so loud in there, you're yelling at each other. And then I did like one lap around. It's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, I like the ones now where you go in and you pay your price to play all day.
Oh, yeah.
I had the one up in Erie. I can't remember what it's called now. A few years ago, I went with my son. And it's one of the ones where you load up the card. They had good old school games and new games there, but you load up the little card and then you just slide it or whatever your credits on there.
Yeah. Hey, Herb Wars is here.
Herb Wars.
Good to see Herb. Champ Games and no-go on latest update. Maybe that's why you got the update instead of update. You got to get the one with the P. Yeah, that sucks though. Let's see. All sports video game needs CPU versus CPU championship matches. Yeah, I think those new versions of the Intellivision games, you can, the ones that you can do single player, I think you can do no players, right? Computer versus computer, and just watch the game if you want.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, that one baseball version, it's got all those different, like collegiate level and I can't even get, there's no way I could play the all-star mode because I can barely beat the college level, but that's pretty normal for me. Crispy's going to buy the cart for his olden days 7800 and CRT. There you go.
Nice.
All I have to play is the 7800 Plus, so if I buy any, I could play them on my Pi if I get the ROMs. So some of them I might get ROMs, some of them I might buy a couple carts, though. I just can't go nuts with the carts because I don't have, my shelf is almost full already. I only got a handful, especially if I got complete in box stuff, because you want to put that so you can see the box. Since I have so few, I don't want to put them sideways so you're only seeing the spine. I got them sitting side by side, which takes up, half the shelf. So it's like, eventually I would have to turn them sideways and just show the spines. But yeah, but I am going to buy some Champ Game stuff before it goes out. I mean, it's either that or a nacho coffee mug. So I think I'll get a game. That was just the first thing that popped in my head because I looked over and saw the nacho coffee mug is still on my computer screen. But let's see. Have you played retro video game console on a 4K television? I have not. Have you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got quite a bit of we call it retro consoles hooked up, but I have one of those. I'm trying to think what the name is. It's like a converter.
Right.
You can hook it up, with the basic connections, and it'll convert the signal to 4K. So I have that hooked up to my PS2, my Xbox, My Dreamcast was different. I have VGA. I didn't know you can hook VGA to it, and it'll convert it into a 4K signal on the TV, and that looks really good. And of course, the AVS, that's an HDMI console. You can play the NES games running at 720p, so that's good. But I wish I could have got the analog NT, the mini NT. That one is a 1080p console for the Nintendo. But yeah, and then the Super Nintendo, I got the Super NT, and then the the Mega SG, which is the Sega Genesis version of the analog. So yeah, I got quite a bit of retro consoles hooked up to my 4K television.
Yeah. I mean, I have the Sprint and the 7800 Plus that are HDMI'd into my 4K television, but they're not broadcasting, or they're not putting out a 4K signal.
Yeah.
And same thing with my Raspberry Pi. That's going into a 4K TV, but I think I have that set at, I don't even know what, 1080p probably. So I've never run it any, and I don't have any of the old consoles, so I don't have any way to do like you guys do with the conversion and all that. Play an actual console. I got the new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pierre says you have to play the Champ game ROMs with the emulator Stella. That's what I use. Put Stella on my Raspberry Pi. And Bliss is saying 4K isn't needed with SHDMI on a Raspberry Pi. Huh. I thought I heard a sound like someone jumped into the stream, but there's no one else up there.
Yeah, before I got the Sprint, that's what I was doing. I actually went out for my 5200 and my television. I went to a thrift store and bought a VCR. That way you could just do the RF into it, have your RCA out, then the converter for HDMI for your newer TV.
Nice.
I think I got like one of those old connections too that I just kept in my game room. Because I was thinking about recording on my CRT TV that's over here. If I recorded like GameCube or the N64 or my Sega Genesis set up here, then it's like, oh, I can still capture it using that card. Because it's got component and composite on the other ends.
Nice. Now, you could just run your stuff into that VCR and just record the gameplay on the VCR. And then sell the tapes.
Yeah. Give it that old look.
There is a local guy. His name is Weird Paul, and that's because he grew up, well, he was weird, but he also was a huge fan of Weird Al. He called himself something else, but everybody called him Weird Paul. But this guy still owns everything he's ever had from his childhood. And he made home videos like every day of him and his siblings and his mom and stuff. And he used one of those camcorders that you had to carry the VCR with you. His dad bought that for them in the early 80s. He'll still use that machine to record stuff now. And the guy's real popular on YouTube and Facebook, and I think he has Rumble. But, and he has a band, too. He goes out and sings goofy songs everywhere. Nice. But really cool. Yeah, Weird Paul. Look him up if you haven't watched him yet. It's interesting. He has so many toys and books and stuff that you've totally forgot about from your childhood. He still has in his collection.
When I first started my channel and I was doing pinball, and I had the machine was back there, and I got those metal bars up on the ceiling there. That's where I would put my phone to record the play field, and then I have a little, it's like scissor action type of tripod thing. And I would put my Sony Handycam right on the deck here to record the back glass. So I used the Sony Handycam to record for my first probably 100 videos I did when I was doing pinball first on my channel. And then I put them into the software and sync them up and all that stuff. So now I'm just lazy and I have a tripod with a second phone recording the back glass. And that's a serious setup. If you ever went into my living room and saw my recording setup for the At Games Micro, that's some of the nice stuff when you haven't finished your house, so there's like still no drywall. So I could just screw things into the trusses on the ceiling and just hang. I literally have a 2x4 that hangs down with a platform that I set my phone on to record the deck, and then a tripod in front of me. So I'm kind of reaching around this tripod to play pinball. That's why my scores aren't as good. I'm uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah, I did that too when I was recording a gameplay. If I shoot videos in my arcade room, I have my phone right in front of my face. So I'm kind of like looking at the phone like, oh, okay, I'll have to look through the gameplay here because I can't really see everything on the playing field because you want it centered and stuff. Until I figured out I can just grab my son and have him shoot the video over my shoulder, and that works out a lot better.
Yeah. Mike used to do the VCR capture, but now he emulates for 90% of his footage. Can you still buy a portable CRT television? I'm sure you can
Not
find
new.
them around
Not
places.
new.
Yeah, but it's all
Just
going to be
used.
used. Facebook Marketplace or something like that, or at some pawn shop.
Right.
Crispy loves Weird Paul.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I remembered that that capture device I have now. It was the RetroTink 4K Pro. So that's the one that can scale any of the signals into a 4K signal. It's expensive though. I paid like $750 for it, and the reason I knew about it, I saw it on Metal Jesus's channel, and he was talking about all the equipment you can buy for the PlayStation 2, and he had something for like, hey, if you want to capture 4K on a PS2, you should buy this. But he said it's expensive. I know they have cheaper options on their website. If you don't want to go 4K, I mean, you can go 720p. But yeah, for me, I thought it was kind of worth it when I hooked up my PS2 because I've been really wanted to play on the big screen TV. I got a 75-inch Samsung TV in my movie room, and it looks phenomenal. But I'm kind of old school still. I still prefer if I want to game classically, I like playing on my CRT TV that I bought from the Navy. I got like a Toshiba. It's a flat screen. So it kind of reminds me of the, I had one of the Sony Trinitrons too. I really wish I didn't get rid of it. I had a 32-inch, but that sucker was so heavy, nearly killed me when I had to move out of the trailer into our house. That thing, literally, when I picked it up, it kind of toppled on me. I'm like, get off, it's so heavy. So my friends had to lift it. And they're like, you sure you want to bring this thing over to the new house? And I'm like, no, we'll just sell it over at a pawn shop. So that's where it went.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I first built my movie theater in Arizona, I added onto the house, built the movie theater downstairs, and upstairs was the arcade and all that stuff. And that was a 110-inch diagonal screen, front projector.
Oh,
and,
nice.
It would only do 720p. But back then, when I bought the thing, for HD signal, you were either doing 720p or 1080i.
Yeah.
Nobody had 1080p back then. So, and it was, there were big debates online. People would say, which is better? It's like, well, 1080 has more lines, but it's interlaced. It's not progressive. So 720. And I hooked up the Xbox to it. And so you could play, and I hooked up the game cube too. And the kids would be playing like Mario, and they're like, look, Mario's as big as I am. But I hooked up the Xbox, and we were playing. I threw on one of the boxing games.
Oh, nice.
The
Fight night.
The stucco guys were over at the house, and they were supposed to be stuccoing my house. And I said, hey, come down, check this out. And I had it set up. And Rob, you guys know Rob.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of the stucco guys back then. He comes in, and I got this huge screen, 110 inches back then. I think a 55-inch TV was about as big as you could get. So this was, They sat there for 3 hours boxing instead of working on my house. I'm like, are you guys going to finish my house ever? And they're like, tomorrow. We're busy. I mean, I can't complain. They were doing it for like the cost of materials because we were friends for so long. And
oh, nice.
But it was Yeah, they just sat there. They're like, geez, these boxers are like 3 feet tall. Like, yeah. It was
Can you
pretty
imagine
cool.
if you popped in Beat 'em and Eat 'em?
You have to put on a rain suit. Yeah. 75 for the win, says Derek.
Oh, yeah. Love 75.
Yeah, Shelby bought one of those big old 75. I think hers was 75. She was looking at a 75 and an 85. I can't remember what she ended up buying now. But it was delivered to the hotel. And I asked one of the girls, I said, hey, did that get delivered? Did a big TV get delivered? She said, I don't think so. I'm like, well, you would know. And we drove in because it said it was about ready. And I was there when it got delivered. The girl goes, that's not a big TV. That's fucking huge. Yeah. Right then a customer came walking around the corner, an older lady. She didn't hear her cussing, but she looked over. She goes, my gosh, that's a big TV. I said, yeah, we're installing it in the room you just rented as soon as you leave. Yeah. But yeah, it's fun though. Those big, and they look so awesome.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Used to be by the time you get to a certain size TV, they start looking like shit, but anymore you can have these really big TVs and they look great. Yeah. Yeah. So when we went to the store, she was going to pick one up and not have it delivered. And I'm like, we're not getting one of those in the back here. She has a Nissan Pathfinder.
Yeah.
She's like, what if we put the seats down? I'm like, first of all, one of us has to sit back there because it was me and Kelly and Shelby. She's like, I'll sit back there with it. I'm like, you're not going to get a 75-inch, certainly not an 85-inch in your. So I said, I'll tell you what, hang on a second. And I went over to the hardware department and grabbed a tape measure and said, let's measure the box. And you'll buy this tape measure, $5 on the way out, and then let's go measure your car. And she's like, oh, yeah, this ain't going to fit. I'm like,
Nope.
no, not unless we broke out the side windows and took the posts out and left it sticking out.
Oh, you'd be surprised, though, when I was a kid that worked Montgomery Ward loading dock, people would come in with just like a sedan and they'd be buying a recliner or something. It comes in a big box. You take it out, put it in the box. It's not going to fit, ma'am. Okay, put it in. Or can you take it out of the box? We'll give it a try, and it's not fitting. They end up strapping like the back of it onto their trunk and getting part of it into their car. After that, you're on your own, lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to haul my 75-inch TV when I bought it over at Best Buy in Portland. I had a friend that had a van, one of those kidnapping vans. So we put it in there, and then I had my older brother, ride in the back and hold my TV. Said, yeah, don't tip it over, bro. Make it back all the way.
Look like U-Haul, so they have trucks and vans and stuff that say start at 1995 for the, so grab one of those.
Yep.
We
you have to have it up. You can't lay it flat. You can't
Yeah.
lay those TVs flat. Nope. It'll ruin it.
We Shelby did that to buy a shed, and I'm like, well, if you want to buy that shed, it came in a box. She bought it from Home Depot. It's not like the sheds, tough sheds. And she rented a U-Haul truck because it was cheaper than trying to get it delivered or something. We rented this U-Haul truck, and then she picked out a different shed, and we had to take it out of the box to get it into the back of that. We're like, but it fit. It fit when you got rid of all the packing material and stuff, all the foam and.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I saw like Bliss put on that comment, no problem for an F-150. So I actually have a funny story about that one. So when I got my TV, there was another guy. He bought like a 75-inch TV, and he had an F-150, and then he had it strapped in, ready to go, and I had mine in the van. And then guess what? It started pouring down rain.
Oh no!
And the guy was like cussing out. He's like, it better work when I get home. And I like asked him, I was like, oh, how far do you live? He's like in Vancouver. And I like, oh, it's like a 15-minute drive. Are you sure you want to drive, or you want to put it back in the Best Buy and wait wait later until the rain clears up because I
Yeah,
said,
maybe buy a part.
Yeah, I looked on my phone and it wasn't supposed to be raining down there. It's like, oh, this is odd. So yeah, he ended up bringing it back, and then later when it cleared, then he, of course, went back home and stuff because I had to run back inside the house. It's like, oh, I need to get connections for it since I didn't have any connections for my console, so that's why I went back to Best Buy. But I seen him; he was pissed because his TV was all wet and stuff. The box, anyway. But I said, "Well, see, I said that's a good idea. You put it back. Otherwise, yeah, I couldn't imagine you bring it home, you try to connect it, it all sizzles and stuff. It was your $2,000 TV.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Mike's comment over on the sidebar about nothing wrong with a wet box, but we had the opposite problem though with Shelby's TV. She got it delivered to the hotel, and then I picked it up and we put it on my trailer, which is the only way. Because again, we're not going to get it in the back of our SUVs, and it's the dirt road, the bumps, and the dust. So it's like I drove to the dirt road, and then I drove like 1.5 miles an hour, trying to not just cover the thing in dust. I mean, it's wrapped in plastic inside and all that too, but still, you don't want it to just get totaled with, dirt, and then the bumps are driving 3.5 miles down a dirt road. But we got it here, got it up on the wall. It works. She was all nervous. She got a mount that she can actually twist it and all that stuff. And when we put it up on there, I was on one end, she's on the other, and we got it up on the mount, got it all. And she's like, I don't want to let go. I'm nervous. I'm like, it's going to be fine. She's like, are you sure? I don't want to let go. Shelby, I've already let go. You're not holding it up. But yeah. After the measurement comment, he and it wasn't. See, that's what's really bad. It wasn't Kelly's. It was Shelby's. Now you've gone into a whole different place there. I don't live in Arkansas anymore. But so it is tough. That is a tough thing with us being out here, is getting anything delivered. It's tough to get them to even bring it to Van Horn, let alone way out here.
Yeah.
And when even our houses, when Shelby got her first house, her little tough shed tiny home delivered, the semi got stuck in the mud because it rained that day. Oof. It was like a freak rainstorm came through, and he got stuck in our driveway trying to get his truck out of here. It's like, and then when she got her second one, the bigger one, it took weeks before they brought it out because of weather and just all kinds of stuff.
How spoiled are most of us today with shipping on things and ordering things? I mean, you go on Amazon now and it's like, I want to order this. Hopefully it comes today, and it says it'll be here tomorrow. Like, what, you sons of bitches? And tomorrow's a Sunday. Back in the day, you didn't get anything on a Sunday either. Way back in the day, Time Life Treasury of Music, you want to buy their Christmas album, you better order it in July to get it by Christmas Eve, right?
Right. So, right. Yeah, we're not far from that out here. Which you guys know, I've been complaining about that for years. Just even Amazon Prime, we got rid of Prime because we paid for Prime, and it's like 7 to 10 days, everything. It's like, and every time we drive into El Paso, there's a huge Amazon warehouse right there on the outside. On this side, it's on the east side of El Paso even. It's like, it's an out, but apparently they don't stock anything that I ever wanted. Everything I order is going to be 7 to 10 days. Even when I was paying for Prime. So now we just make sure we order $35 or more, so you still get the free shipping, and it'll get here in 7 to 10 days.
Right.
Why pay for Prime? Especially now, because Prime's probably going to go up again because Blue Origin's rocket blew up. Did you guys see that video footage?
No, I just saw the text you sent of the explosion.
Yeah. No, those pictures were pretty impressive. But NASA space flight YouTube channel is where I was watching it, and they have cameras 24/7 all around the NASA site, and they got video footage of it live. Just the fireball was ridiculous.
Ooh.
But that was prepping to launch Amazon's version of Starlink. They were so that's what that booster was going to do, but the payload wasn't on there. So yeah, I just got my Sears catalog from 2003. It just arrived last week. Daniel says video games are popular in South Africa and Africa. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Polo might be behind. He's still talking about the t-shirts.
Oh.
That was a little while ago. So what else is going on? Mike, did you have something you were wanting to talk about in this show?
Yeah. I could probably talk about it. Yeah, I was wanted to bring up the Apple II computer, or the Apple IIc. So I remember my mom had to go to the Philippines, and of course, me and my stepdad didn't get along, so I had to go live with another friend of the family's, which her name was Margaret, and she had like a daughter that had Down syndrome. But what I remember from her, she had a Apple II PC at her home that she would let me play, and that thing was pretty awesome. It didn't have I know some of them have that green screen. I talked to you about that, Pro, but this was a colored screen with the floppy disk on the side, and then there were like 3 games I got to play with it. Can I do a share screen on? Because I got like the pictures.
Yeah. Go ahead and share the screen. I'll pop it up.
Hold on, I gotta move the cat. Pepper, come here.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't even see the computer when she's on there. Share screen. Okay. All right, I'm sharing it. So yeah, this.
I'm gonna make this bigger.
Oh. Hold on. It doesn't show it. Hold on. Let me start over again.
Okay.
Share.
When you opened it, did it do a different?
Yeah, it just. Oh, there it is. Okay. So yeah, that's the one she had. So, yeah, I'm not sure she had another floppy disk like that, and I'm not sure if this is the colored screen, but yeah, this was it. The 2C. This was an awesome computer to play games on. And let's see if I can look at the other one. So, the first game that I ever played on it, like 3 games I loved playing on the system, was like, I don't know if anybody can recognize that. Oh, zoom it out. Anybody know what this game is?
Well, there's a clue in the first words there.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's not Uranus.
It's not-
There are Klingons near Uranus.
Yeah, this is
Nice.
Star Trek. So I got to play this game on her computer, and this was cool. Even though, yeah, there's no ships. I mean, you had to go look at what letters what. So E represented the Enterprise, and of course K's were the Klingons, and then these little dash things, those were stars. When I remember back about it, but yeah, really fun game, and you had to like shoot like your torpedoes or your phasers just by with the grid, and so that's how you would play the game. But I had loads of fun on this computer back then, and back during that time I had the NES, which I played a lot of, and not PC. So this was actually one of my first introductions to playing on computer, besides the Commodore 64. And let's see, let's go look at. And then the second game that she had that I loved playing, I'll blow this up, Conan. And it's basically like a side scroller type of game. Kind of reminded me of like Prince of Persia. Kind of weird. He doesn't carry a sword. He just throws like his axe at the enemies, and you had to go through this kind of maze to get to the other end. But a really fun game. I'll show you
Yeah,
a
that looked cool.
screenshot. Yeah, and then there's let me pull it up. Kind of how the level looks like. So, yeah, this was definitely a fun game back in the day. I ended up, after I played this a lot, I did beat Conan. That was actually a pretty cool experience. And then the third game, and I really like this game. Let's see. Aztec for the Apple II. So
nice.
basically, you're this guy, this explorer, kind of like Indiana Jones, going in this Mayan or Aztec temple, and yeah, there's all these creatures in here. And one of the things I remember this game I've never heard of any other video game was that you can actually, if you see a wall, you can actually set dynamite there and blow it up, and you would go into a different section in the map, which usually that was unheard of back in the day. And it kind of, let's see here, I'll show you. That was like the intro screen. Yeah, he looks like Indy. And yes, you have like a pistol that he carries, but no whip. And then show you what the gameplay looks like. This is what kind of freaked me out. So yeah, you're him, and then there would be like these giant, I'm not sure if that's a dinosaur at the bottom, but I'm like, oh, smokes. But yeah, he can take you out in one bite. And then there's these square things that you would need to go to. That's where the treasure is. So really cool game. I played like hours and hours upon this game when I was like staying at their place. So yeah, the Apple II. I mean, besides that, I like grew up with the Apple regular II, not the C, during school, which we'd play Hangman or Oregon Trail on the green screen. So
Right.
instead of the color, yeah, it was that green monitor they had at the school. So yeah, that's my story on the Apple IIc. Fun computer. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was telling you, my best friend, his little brother and my brother that's 2 years older than me, they were best friends, and then we were best friends. And
Yeah.
their mom didn't allow them to have an Atari at the time, and later on, no NES. He got them an Apple computer with the green screen. They had to have something educational. So, and then she wouldn't allow all four of us in the house at the same time. So my buddy Jeff brought me in. We played that Apple computer, and I remember playing, the one was like a car design game. So how boring is that? But you're designing the car, and then you put it in the wind tunnel to see how aerodynamic it is, and whoever got the better score, did better at that one. And then he had a Spider-Man game that you actually saw what was going on in it. You were inside a building. There'd be like a picture of J. Jonah Jameson, and you had to type in what you wanted to do in that game. And of course, everything we wanted to do, it wouldn't let us. It'd be like, hey, smash that picture on the wall. And it would come on there. Spider-Man would not do that. So that's been a running joke for years with us. My friend still says that all the time. If I say something to him in a text, he's like, Spider-Man would not do that. And the third game of theirs that I remember playing a lot was Summer Games. And that to me was just weird. I'd never used a keyboard before. So when you go to do the high dive, you got to be hitting all these keys to try to flip and then get straight again before you hit the water and stuff like that. And but then we would have them over to play Atari and later the NES. They thought those were the greatest things on earth.
Oh, nice. And he had the green monitor, right?
Yeah, he had the green monitor. So.
Yeah. My first PC, I had the monochrome amber monitor.
Oh.
So it was that orangish color, not green. But it did for the time. It had a pretty good graphic card in there, and I could run some fairly graphic games on that for the time, but which I think pissed off my parents because they got that computer for me thinking I was going to become some computer engineer. And the first thing I do, I'm buying a flight simulator. But
I do like that bus game you've been playing. That actually looks pretty fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It is more game than simulator though. So it's a lot of fun. I like hitting the curbs and watching the people on the sidewalk freak out. They all duck.
Or when you honk the horn, they get mad too if you excessively honk the horn.
Yeah, the people in the back get pissed. I'm like, I need to get through this with no thumbs down, but they all get mad at me because I'm honking the horn. But yeah, it's a fun game, and it's a good one to just jump in. You do one little run, it takes about 10-15 minutes, so it's a good one for that. But yeah, I pretty much, I'll get up in the morning while Kelly's still sleeping. I'll come out here, drive a truck sim and a couple bus routes, and then I start my day.
Nice.
Yeah, I might be able to get some more gameplay time in because today was the last day that we had to go in for 5 a.m. Kelly trained her replacement in the kitchen, and so she trained her replacement from 5 to 7. She would train her, and then she went to the front desk at the one hotel, and I went over to the other hotel and relieved that girl. So we did that both days this weekend, but today was the last day that girl needed training. So next week we get to sleep all the way till 6.
Ooh.
Nice.
So I usually wake up at 5. So if I get up at 5 on work days, I could still come out here and do a truck stim and then go to work.
Excellent. Now, Mike, will you be seeing any change of your schedule or anything with the school years closing down here or school closing down?
Oh, well, we'll be on our summer schedule. So I'll work, was it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? So 4 10s. And I'll get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stop signs. Ooh, nice stop. Or if you slow down for the speed bumps. Ooh, very smooth ride. Yeah, see that now that sucks though, Mike. You're getting it to where you're off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And Poe sometimes will get a Friday off. But now Kelly and I are working Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh no.
Yeah, so the Friday mini golf, I'll just have to watch you guys play while I'm at work, like Derek.
I do have a couple of weeks off this summer. When my boy's back, the week he's coming back and the week he's leaving, I have those 2 weeks. And actually, that week that he's leaving like that Monday. So then I'll just have the rest of that week with hopefully nothing but gaming to do.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm off next Monday for an outage at work too. I mean, they're going to have the power out and everything next Monday. So.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
So Mike can just call off and we can play that day.
Right. Are you feeling sick? Oh, if you just look to the one side and sneeze, you can get him sick through the screen, I think. Yeah. Did you ever play SimCity on the PC and portable PC back in 1989? I did play SimCity. And The Sims, when The Sims first came out.
I played The Sims. Yeah.
The Sims was one of those games that was a time thief. You'd be like, I'm going to sit down at 7 o'clock at night and play a Sims for half an hour. Next thing you know, it's 2 a.m. What just happened? I got to get up.
I played, I think, SimCity 2000 and The Sims on PC back in like 99, 2000, around that time.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, the bus passengers are so impressed with nothing and then lose their shit if you're 45 seconds late. Oh, I hear the wind is picking up. Kelly said we are under a dust advisory. Storms are coming. And like normal, it's been sunny and hot all day long. And then as we got closer to showtime, it's clouding up. So now it's like completely overcast. I'm getting no solar, 2 air conditioners running, and now it's getting windy and dust stormy. Yeah, so I won't be opening the door because I'll get blasted. I'll stand blast this screen over here. But yeah, so I'm just stoked about not having to get up at 4.
Nice.
And they keep whittling down the hours for that kitchen that Kelly was doing, and now they're saying her hours would only be 6 hours a day from 5 to 11, which means we'd get there at 5 in the morning. My shift doesn't start till 7, so I'd be sitting there for 2 hours doing nothing. And then her shift would end and she'd be sitting there for 4 hours waiting for me to get done. It's like, that's not so good. So it's, oh yeah, it's supposed to rain every day this week. We need
Nice.
not too much though. It's raining here in the UK and Europe. Yeah, it rains over there a lot. Especially, but I was only in the UK for a few days and it was nice when I was there. But, they do get their share of rain. Yeah, I can hear the wind. It's getting worse.
The UK is a lot like the state of Washington, right, Mike? Rain and rain and rain.
I know it rains a lot here, but it's been sunny, so I know tomorrow's going to be sunny as well. It's going to get up to 80 degrees. Here.
Nice.
Yeah, and right now it's like 76 degrees.
Yeah.
Nice.
Our original plan was to try to do this off-grid homestead up there in Washington State, and it's hard to live on solar, exclusive solar when it's cloudy as much as it is. And
yeah, you would have to be like in eastern Washington. They get most of the sun. It's because of the mountains.
Yeah,
Where I'm at, since I'm like western Washington. Yep.
right. Yeah, but the problem still became a matter of zoning laws and stuff like that, because they're a lot more strict up there. Where Texas, once you get outside of a city limit and you have over a couple of acres, they're like, we don't care what you do, do whatever you want. And we only planned on just stopping for a few months in the wintertime, and when we weren't working at campgrounds and living in our motorhome. But most states don't like that. Living in your motorhome on your own property is kind of frowned upon. So, but Texas was like, we don't care. And then we slowly started just putting buildings up, but they're all temporary buildings, so I don't have to pay property tax on them.
Nice.
So our property tax, although it went up 10 times higher than it was every year since we got here, it was whatever the percentage increase is huge, but it was 10 times higher this year's property taxes. But when your property taxes were only $13 a year, 10 times is $130. So it's not ridiculous, but I still don't know why it jumped up from 13 to 130. Unless they sent like a drone around the area and said, you got all kind of buildings on there. It's not an empty lot. But they're all temporary. This is a trailer on wheels. We got the motorhomes, and then we have tough sheds that are not anchored to the ground. They're just sitting on the skids. So they're not permanent structures. As long as you don't count the bedroom I added that I did put footers in the ground, and the patio that has footers in the ground. And that's attached to the house. But Dan is going to build a portable arcade system in his house before the end of the year. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That's awesome. Anytime you're building an arcade, you're okay in our book.
The hardest part for me is sneaking the cabinets and tables in.
Right? Yeah. I'm just completely out of room now. I got zero room now that I got that pinball in the house. I've already migrated to putting stuff in our tiny house. It's already full. There's not any footage of wall that doesn't have something against it now in our house. So it's not just like pictures are taking up space. There is stuff in front of it, almost every inch of wall space in our house, whether it's shelving for knickknacks or, the TV, which we don't have a huge TV, but it just looks big in our tiny house. So, but anyway, yeah, what else? Anything else? What else is going on?
All those sale. Get buy your games now.
Yeah, get on those. Yeah, because they expire next week, so you want to, especially that Electronite. You want
And that's going to be tough. I think what I'll do Friday night after I get paid in the morning is just sit here and maybe drink a case of beer and then order everything that I forget about until the next morning and say, what did I do?
Right? There you go. There you go. Bliss just sold his NFL Blitz cab because he's out of room.
Yeah, I mean, Offgrid's out of room too. He said he was going to just send me that Simpsons cabinet at the store here. So,
yeah. I don't know if you remember, I had that Simpsons cabinet in the shed for a while, just out, and I was like, no, I got to reorganize this stuff so that I can get it back in here because it's just sitting in there. So technically, where there's a stool right here, that's where I was going to put that micro pinball table. That's the closest I have to any space for anything. And if it gets too big, I wouldn't be able to get around the pinball machine to get in there. So, and this thing has no wall space at all left. I got stuff everywhere in here. Even my rabbit ears from when we did our Easter show. Those were good times. The good old days.
You'll see a lot of people now, especially selling those one-up arcade cabinets on Marketplace. It's like one time everybody wanted all these, and then they're just like, I'm ready to get rid of them now. But the problem I see with it is a lot of them aren't willing to go down very low on price as to what they cost originally, so it's just like, no thanks, If I can get a deal, maybe I would grab one. The one I always wanted was one of the first ones that had Rampage and Paperboy on it. And then it was just gone. Never saw it anywhere again after that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do have all those on the iArcade, so you don't really need another cabinet.
Right. I would have liked to have got that Burger Time one just for the cabinet.
Yeah, that one. And that was like a special order only. It wasn't in stores.
Yeah. And all of mine, there is kind of a running theme with mine. They all have unique controls of some sort. Like I got the Star Wars one, so it has the yoke. And then the Mortal Kombat, that's just a normal. It's 2-player Mortal Kombat. But then the Simpsons, that still is just joystick and buttons, but it's 4-player. It's not just a 2-player. So that one has that. So I was looking, and then I thought about getting the driving one. What was it? Road, whatever.
Roadhead.
Yeah, I try to get that as often as I can. Which is, but Casey wanted the Burger Time, but he didn't get it, sadly. I figured Casey would get it and then gut it and put an Intellivision in there to play Intellivision Burger Time.
Put Intellivision Burger Time on it. That would be something. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Did I miss anything in chat? Yeah. Has there ever been an A-Team arcade video game?
I don't think so.
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh.
They had a Charlie's Angels game on the GameCube, and that was pretty bad.
I think the A-Team 2600 game was like Turmoil, only it was A-Team, and I don't. That one wasn't officially released. I don't think.
Oh, and then I saw the Dukes of Hazzard Atari 2600 game before.
Yeah. The Dukes of Hazzard ColecoVision game uses the wheel, so that one's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a great game, but at least you could pretend you were driving around the General E with it.
Right. And they had that mod thing that you could do, and if you actually wore Daisy Dukes, you got double the points. Although somehow when I tried it, I got half the points. I think it could see that I was wearing them. Right now, Casey got quiet because ever since we said, get that Burger Time and take the stuff out, put it in Intellivision Burger. Now he's on Craigslist and everything. He's looking for a Burger Time cabinet.
They will. A couple Mondays from now, he's going to say, I have the only Intellivision Burger Time cabinet in existence.
And it won't have a joystick either. It'll just have the disc and
a big disc on it.
Play with his finger like that.
Now you can use your palm of your hand.
Yeah.
play.
Like a DJ. Oh, yeah. He is. He's probably he's Googling it right now. How would I install? I mean, he's got 47 sprints that he can use to put one of them.
He's got the Intellivision data center over there.
Right. There's an 18 mobile phone video game with Liam Neeson from 2010. Nice. Yeah, I don't play many mobile games at all. I had a couple of the pinball ones, and now I'm filling up my dang drive space on my storage space on my phone because I'm making videos and stuff using my phones for pinball. And then I was like, why do I have all these games I haven't played since I installed them? So I went through and uninstalled all that stuff. I got pictures and videos and stuff on that phone for years, and I need to go through it because I'm just out of storage space. I get tired of that stupid notification. You're low
Right,
on
I get that all the
storage space.
time too.
Yeah, it's like, well, I didn't delete anything since yesterday when you asked me about it 3 times. So you're right. I am still low on storage space.
I try to go back to the last 5 years of me sending my lunch, breakfast, and dinner to you guys. Maybe get rid of those pictures. I might
Right.
not need them in the gallery anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, but then every once in a while you see, oh, that was a good meal. I might keep that picture. Yeah.
Then I have about 46 dick pics I sent to MGD's mom.
Hey, do you remember when we were playing? What was that? Was it Snapchat or something? The one that altered who you look like?
Oh, yeah.
I think we did it where we altered ourselves to look like women or something.
Yeah.
I still have those in my thing, and
Right.
when I showed it, it's like, oh, dude, Mike, you look good. You look really like an Asian chick, and
Yeah, because I think I sent the one of me to Bliss and those guys, and Bliss made fun of me, so I immediately made one of Bliss too and sent it.
Daisy Dukes
Daisy
And a
Dukes,
wife beater.
and a white beard.
That's it. That's it. Oh, good times. Now phone is full of ice cream pics.
Yes, it is. And I usually send those to these guys too. I forgot the other day, Friday. Yeah, the wife messaged me and she said, "Are we still meeting at the ice cream place?" And you know, my mind is worse than old pose. I forgot the second she told me the day before about that. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll meet you at the ice cream place." And they were having that strawberry pretzel parfait that day, so that's one of our favorites.
Nice. Yeah. I got every once in a while I'll go through my pictures and I still have pages and pages of spreadsheets of scores from contests from years ago. It's like this is a contest from the second week of the show with the 4 of us. And I still have all the spreadsheets, and I'm like, I don't need all that. Absolutely, Daniel. Thanks for joining the fun.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
See you, Daniel.
Yeah, anytime. Every I almost said Friday night. I don't even know what night it is. Every Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time, which I don't know what time that is for you, Daniel, but I'm guessing it's midnight, maybe. Is when we started. So, yeah. Didn't see Jabba in here tonight. He must be busy. I think he said he had somewhere to go, but.
He had to go to Tatooine.
He's just hiding across the room. We can't see him.
Right?
He's in Tatooine right now.
He's a Tatooine. He's going to take it back over once he realized that Boba Fett was just letting that chick run everything anyway. So he's like, I'm coming back. Yeah. What a show that turned into, huh? I was pretty excited about that Boba Fett show, and then halfway through the first season, they had to have Mando save it. It's like, let's bring Mando and Grogu back in the middle of someone else's show. Let's just do that for 3 episodes. It's 1:35 a.m. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it started around midnight because we've been going for about an hour and a half. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you went and saw that Mando and Grogu, didn't you?
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Was it good?
Yeah, good popcorn film. I mean,
Yeah.
not the best, but yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Nice. Yeah.
My daughter wanted to go to see it Friday at the drive-in here, but I wasn't feeling good. So, like, I knew it was playing there all weekend, but then we were busy yesterday, so didn't get down there to see it.
Yeah. My boy went. He took the granddaughters. They said they had a good time. We went and saw. What did we see? I don't remember. I sent you guys a picture from the empty theater. I forget what I saw now already.
It was like a horror movie.
Yeah, it was a horror movie of some sort, but I can't remember.
Well, you know, anytime you and Mike start talking about these movies, I'm like, I've never heard of that one, so you're gonna need a little backstory on it.
Yeah. We did watch. Have you guys seen? Oh, frick! What's the name of that movie we just watched? There it is. Kelly knows. Project Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah.
I looked that up after you posted it. So once that comes around to streaming or something, I'll be checking that out because
it must be on It must be on streaming somewhere because it was on the Bay.
Yeah, but right now, like when stuff just comes out, like even the new Mario Galaxy movie, right now you can stream it for like $25. And I'm like, well, I'll wait a little bit. The last one I bought on ultra high def Blu-ray, I went and bought that for watch, and then Netflix had it on there. We were already subscribed to Netflix.
Yeah.
But so the new one, I'll probably buy it on disc too. It comes out. I think it comes out the week my son comes home. Well, she's already seen it at the theater, but I'm sure he'll watch it again with me.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah. That Project Hail Mary was a great movie. I really enjoyed that movie much more than I thought I would.
Yeah, I watched the trailer after you posted that, and it looks really good.
Yeah, it's an interesting premise, and it's kind of neat story, and it takes you emotionally. You go all over the place because it's got some really funny parts, it's got some sad parts, it's got some scary moments of what the fuck and all that stuff. Yeah, Mike's Gaming Gal. Book of Boba Fett has two names. First few episodes are Dances with Sand People. Later half of the season is Mando, co-starring Boba Fett. Hey, Kaos is here.
Chaos.
I still remember Mando's scene in the Game of Thrones when the mountain punches the teeth out of his head. Holy crap! What an awesome scene, man!
Yeah.
Wow. That's sad too because you're pulling for the guy, but he just got way too cocky.
Yeah. That was a great show for a lot of seasons.
Yeah.
It kind of trailed off at the end, but you know.
Right.
It was a great show.
They were finishing a story that started in novels, in which the novels never finished the story, so they were kind of just let's end this thing.
Yeah. George R.R. Martin never finished the book, so they're like,
he didn't finish,
according to South Park, he just cared about wieners.
Remember the song they were even playing, like Wiener.
My wife decided to rewatch Game of Thrones there a couple months ago in the wintertime there. She started watching it again from start to finish, and every time it would start, I would start singing Wiener, so she would skip intro. Like, knock it off.
That's funny. I never saw that. I think I got the gist of it now.
Yeah, he wants a wiener in every scene when they're talking to him, you know.
Oh, we saw Hokum.
That's what we saw. Hokum.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the Hawktua movie.
Right. That one had a couple jump scares, if I remember correctly. Daniel says Highlander, the video game. What's that?
Obsessed? Have you seen that one?
I have not seen that yet. It's on my list I want to see it.
That looks good.
Yeah.
I watched Megaforce today, 1982 movie.
Love that movie.
I don't remember even catching part of this as a kid. If there was anything on TV as a kid, I mean, we had 4 whole channels. If there was a movie, I usually caught it. I don't remember catching any of that, but I just heard everybody like really rip on that movie. They thought it was going to be a big thing. They were actually going to do 3 movies for the thing. And I know Mike said he saw it when he was a kid. I didn't. So I watched 3/4 of it so far. I got the Blu-ray to check it out. There's a lot of cheese to that movie. There's a skydiving scene that is so hilarious because you'll see the real skydivers, and then when they go to cut to the close-up, it's so obvious that they're like on a blue screen, like laying on a table or something. I'm just dying the whole time I'm watching this thing. So, but I'm doing the research because I'm going to be playing the Atari 2600 game.
Nice.
So figured I would watch it.
Nice. Yeah, I've never seen that either.
It has what's his name? Swan from the Warriors. His name Michael Beck, was that his name?
Oh yeah. From
Xanadu. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm used to him being Swan. Now he's part of the Megaforce, but he's the redneck, so he's trying to do this Southern accent. And one of the patches he has on his arm is a Confederate flag, you know. And that's a rattlesnake, you know. Like, oh no, you're Swan, come back.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I had never seen The Warriors when it came out.
Oh,
so I only watched that relatively recently, probably a couple of years ago when we were talking about it at one point. I said, I need to sit down and watch that movie.
Yeah.
And so for me, when he came on there, I'm like, hey, that's the dude from Xanadu.
I grew up watching that every single time, and they played it quite often in the 80s through the 90s on regular TV. So I remember my brothers and I just loving it. And so then eventually I had to get the special edition. Now, Retro Man Randy Savage got the super duper mega edition of it recently.
Yep.
So I would like to grab that too at some point.
Yeah, he got.
I played at the but they had PS2 game, an Xbox game of it.
Yep.
And I even have a board game I bought here about 5 years ago. That's the Warrior. I love that.
Wow. Yeah. If you haven't seen The Warriors or The Outsiders, you're a nerd, but not a good one, a bad one. I had seen The Outsiders, but yeah, I never watched The Warriors. So
same. I haven't seen The Warriors until when Bo was talking about it.
Yeah, if I had my other microphone now, I would be doing the reverb. Can you count, suckers?
The only thing I knew about it was the whole clank in the box.
Yeah, same.
Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
No context. No.
And that's the same dude from Commando, remember?
Oh,
Arnold has him hanging out there. He's going to kill him.
Yeah.
I remember when I told you I'd kill you last?
I knew him from he was the bad guy in Dreamscape.
Oh.
Where you could go in and he could turn into the snake thing and he was going to kill the president in his dreams. So I was like, oh, it's the dude from Dreamscape and the guy from Xanadu. I know this movie now.
A lot of the extras in that movie were actual gang members. They just had a whole bunch of them as extras on there. It's pretty neat.
Kaos said he saw The Warriors when he was a baby. Yeah, you should play the board game and the video game again live. Have a family night playing the board game.
I'll do a 5-hour intro to it too.
There you go.
I'll do this with beer bottles on my fingers. See how that goes.
I'd pay to see that. Is the soundtrack to The Warriors on cassette and CD and vinyl?
Oh man, I don't know. I know that I made a movie or a video jokingly about the Warriors with my son here years back. And yeah, I definitely got dinged for using music from the Warriors, so I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Yeah, you two let me know right away. I couldn't be using that music.
Yeah. I made a Star Wars movie one time, but that was about someone in specific, so I can't air that one. You're either with me or you're my enemy. Can I sell you a used car, though? Oh, and then you can play the Zombie Mall video. Yeah. Oh, good times. Yeah, it's funny. Kelly and I have watched a lot of movies, especially between the two of us, because she grew up loving movies. I watch movies like no other. And we watched a show the other day on YouTube that they were talking about movies from the 80s. So we're like, okay. And there was only like one of them in this whole thing that we had seen. We're like, I thought we'd seen a lot of movies. Apparently we missed a ton of them. And then we did a name the song from the 80s, a hit song from the 80s, using just the first line of the lyrics. And at the end, it said, how many did you guess right? And Kelly's like, oh, I said, one. She goes, what do you mean one? I said, because the other 49 we knew. We didn't guess. We knew them. And it was kind of funny because they put pictures of the artists around the edges of the screen. And then once, like if it was a Bon Jovi song, then the Bon Jovi would disappear and another one would come up. And then it quickly turned into, okay, we're going to know all these songs right away. And the one that we had to guess on, we didn't even have to guess on because I'd never heard that song. And there was an artist that I'd never heard of. So we're like, it's them. And it was. But pretty soon, Kelly and I were like, they'd put up, they'd replace one of the bands with another band. And it's like, one of them was Toto. I'm like, that's got to be Africa. And then when it come on, we'd see how many we guessed just by looking at the pictures when the things come up. It was pretty funny. But yeah, they were pretty easy for those of us that grew up in the 80s. They didn't pick hard songs except for that one. And then there was a Pixie song that if I'd have heard the song and you just said, who is that? I wouldn't have known it was the Pixies. But when I saw that the Pixies were on the screen and I heard it, it's like, oh, that's the Pixies. Okay. But I wouldn't have known. I didn't know the song at all. So I didn't have to guess, though. I knew it was the Pixies as soon as I heard it because it wasn't any of the other, it wasn't Aerosmith. It wasn't Bon Jovi, So, yeah, that's the Pixies. But,
yeah, we'll do something similar. My wife, she drives those kids to school each day. And sometimes to calm them down on the way home, there's a station around here that plays almost like elevator music. So she'll put that on. So on the weekends, she brings that on if we're coming home from somewhere. And we'll try to see who can guess what the real song is first as we're driving home.
Yeah. Yeah, when I'm listening to the 80s playlist stuff, it's like, yeah, right. It's almost within you need to do that, name that tune. I feel like I'd be awesome at it because you hear the first two or three notes sometime and you're like, duh. Yeah. Bart likes Pixies. Actually, when some of my friends, my bandmates first met Kelly, they referred to her as an evil little pixie. Because we were drinking that night. Kelly was rowdy. But I think she bit me is what happened. Kelly bit my arm or something. Charmaine was like, man, she's an evil little pixie. So in that sense, yeah, I like Pixies. Yeah, I love doing those quizzes on YouTube, but they're almost always too easy. Do a lot of the history ones, yeah. They're fun. You get on there, but some of them are super, super, super easy. And especially the music stuff. I just think it's amazing when you go back and listen to stuff like that. 50 songs, and we whipped through them all. And they were all kind of genres and stuff. And it's like, back in the day, I guess because we had to listen to radio stations. It wasn't so much about just playlists. You had to listen to all the stuff. So you don't know. You might have heard the new Bon Jovi song off of Slippery When Wet, and then Cyndi Lauper's going to come on next, and you're listening to that because you don't feel like turning to a different channel, or watching it on MTV, and you just watch whatever videos are playing, and now everybody's playing their playlists, and you may get locked into a genre, and it just seems like growing up in the 80s, we listened to so many different genres because you just listened to what was on. You didn't have as many options unless you were going to carry around a boombox or something, cassette tapes. You're listening to the radio. But
it's kind of interesting, Bart. Speaking of music, like I have Excite. It's on my Samsung TV that I watch, and it plays like all the hits from the 80s. And one of the things I'm like, I love listening to it because I see music videos. I heard them on the radio, but I've never seen the music video to it. And I'm like, dude, I've never seen this on MTV or VH1 back in the day. Because I think back then they only played a lot of the more popular music. And just to give you an example, Relax, Don't Do It. Who sings that?
Frankie Goes Hollywood.
Yeah, Frankie Goes. So did you ever see the real video to that? We got like the US version. I got to see the UK version. I'm like, oh, that's why they didn't bring it here to the US.
I got to throw up Kaos put a Gin Blossoms. So I got to throw that out there. He put Gin Blossoms up there. So I don't know if that was a quiz, but yeah, that video is kind of racy. Frankie Hollywood.
Or what was that other song? It was from it's that lady. Laura Branigan. Have you heard of her?
Yeah.
And she's her famous song. It's on like even Grand Theft Auto, Vice City.
Oh my gosh!
So I saw her music video, and I know they didn't have that on MTV either because of the little scene towards the end with the dude in her. I'm like, oh, they're gonna get it on.
Oh yeah. What the hell was that song? Now that you mentioned that part. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, Laura Branigan.
I cannot.
It popped up. Self-control. That's it.
Yeah.
Self-control. Yeah, if you get a chance, watch the music video to it.
See, now we didn't have MTV, so I remember staying up past midnight to see Cher's ass cheeks on Turn Back Time on regular television. Friday night videos.
She was on that Navy ship, the Destroyer. Or no, wait. The battleship she was on.
If I could turn back time, if I could find a way. Sorry.
Yeah.
Did you see David Lee Roth's video? I'm Just a Gigolo. I love that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anytime that.
I remember staying over at my buddy's house, and his parents let us listen to the radio all night. And I remember that song coming on. And my parents, once it was lights out, everything went off. So I thought it was crazy. That's also the same kid that I went over there to stay over in 5th grade. They let us watch Revenge of the Nerds and Porky the same night. I was just like, and his dad had Playboys in the bathroom. Holy shit! What a paradise! Wow. Now that I think of it, they might have been grooming me, but I don't care. It was fun.
It worked. Yeah. Friday night videos. I remember that. We didn't have cable when MTV came out, so I didn't get MTV either when it first came out, and so I'd watch the Friday night videos, and then of course sometimes we'd watch the Solid Gold, and you got
Solid Gold dancers. Yeah,
my dad would always say, "Yeah, their outfits were made by Seymour Butts." That's why we're watching it, Dad.
Oh yeah. I remember watching Dance Fever. Why the hell did we watch Dance Fever? And Saturdays after the cartoons were over, it was time for the Soul Train.
Now, this is a little before our time, but it was still going. But American Bandstand.
Oh yeah,
shot in Philly, right? It's right in I forget how it got. Hoppin' or the Philadelphia Way is right in the song for it. My dad, when he was a teenager, he went down to Philly and went to the studios when they were filming American Bandstand, but he didn't have the balls to go in.
Oh,
Yeah, you mentioned it. I think that was on Saturdays too, right? Bandstand.
Yeah.
And you had the Barry Manilow Bandstand song. Bandstand.
Yeah. He said, I don't want to have to dance, so I didn't go in. But he went to American Bandstand. I don't know if that counts. Yeah.
Well, at least you can say you're there, right? Say you're there.
David Lee Roth, California Girls, got to be one of the greatest videos of all time.
I think those girls.
Yeah. When he's going in with his hat on, he gets right into her boobs. Woo! David Lee
Got
Roth.
the Beach Boys a thing on that with him too.
Yeah. David Lee Roth, he was made to do videos. The guy's a character. You know, he's like,
Right.
being a rock star isn't enough. I want to be on TV and movies and stuff like that.
I got my pencil. Give me something to write on.
Yeah.
That video there has, what's his real name? Grover Dill from Christmas Story. The little bully. He's in that video, Van Halen, when they're supposed to be kids.
He's Michael Anthony.
Yeah.
He's the little Michael Anthony. That's the one song when it would come on playlist or on the radio or whatever, and I was with my dad, because of the drums in the beginning and then in the guitar solo, he'd be like, "Oh, is this Teacher?" It's like he didn't know he wouldn't say the full name, but it was, "Yeah, is this Teacher? I like this one."
My dad surprised the hell out of us because he went and bought the 45 of Jump. So my dad was pretty hip for a dad in the 80s, listening to Jump.
Sunday nights, old men reminisce. That's what happens. Yeah, it's some smoke shows and the Scorpions. Big City Nights video also.
Scorpion.
so who is the lady that did like for the late night shows that says "Up All Night"?
USA, up
Yeah.
all night. Gilbert Godfrey. And
Okay, and then there
Rhonda,
was a lady there too.
Rhonda,
Yeah,
Rhonda something.
with the big hoo-hoos.
Yeah, the booby.
Mike's Gaming Gala says, "This is kind of a vinyl show. I approve." Yeah. Yeah, we can talk about music all the time. The Scorpions was on that quiz, and they did. Oh my gosh! Now all I got is Big City Nights in my hand. Still Loving You. So that was the middle part. Before we started trying to guess the songs just by looking at the pictures and what song are they going to pick here. It was okay when they play the first note. We'll sing the first line before they play the first line. It's like, because we knew all the songs so well.
Yeah, Scorpions is good. I got to see them in concert when I was stationed in Mississippi.
Oh,
Saw
nice.
them and who was it? Motley Crue. So they toured
nice.
together.
Oh wow!
And
That's
Scorpions was the last band
They were the
that I got,
headliner.
and they can still sing. I mean, not so much. I'm trying to think. Vince.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, he couldn't really hardly sing anymore. I'm like, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were in Pittsburgh last year, I think.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of them. But Motley Crue was one of them. And my brother and wife and their youngest son went. And the youngest son, of course, was on Snapchat all night recording everything. And I was listening to Vince, and I'm like, oh, I'd rather stay home and listen to a CD of the original recording.
Yeah. Rhonda Shear, says Kelly.
Oh,
Yes, Rhonda Shear.
Rhonda Shear.
Yeah. Zelda's Chaos, says Rhonda Shear also.
I loved when Gilbert was on, too, because the guy was, to me, he was hilarious. I know he wasn't everybody's favorite, but Gilbert Godfrey, man.
He was an Affleck duck too.
Yeah, right? So they also fired him for being inappropriate somewhere.
Did he do a Pee Wee Herman?
What's that?
Oh, did he do a Pee Wee Herman in the movie theater?
Oh, no. Well, he was Jewish, so he would make a lot of concentration camp jokes and things like that. And nobody liked that, you know. He did, but
one of my favorite things, Gilbert Gottfried, is that audio clip that got out when he called Howard Stern, and he was just talking in his regular voice, and nobody could tell who he was. Like, Gilbert Gottfried, he's all just calm and a normal voice.
I know I've mentioned it before, but when he would come on Stern and he would do his impression of Andrew Dice Clay, and it would just sounded like Gilbert. It wasn't Clay, but it would crack me up. He'd be like, "Oh," you know, and I'd just be laughing in the car on the way to work.
Yeah,
I think Bobcat was normal too when he talked, right? From Police Academy.
Yeah, he can't even do the voice anymore. Last I heard.
Oh,
did he shred his voice? Probably.
Yeah, he fried it.
Yeah. Well, it's like Howie Mandel's not allowed to do the rubber glove over his head and inflate it because he blew his sinuses out too many times. Yeah.
Alexa, stop.
There was everybody who's watching their Alexa just stopped.
Now everybody just start yelling stuff to Alexa and it'll fire mics right up for you. Alexa, play a really bad song.
Yeah. Shoot, now I had something I was going to say and I lost it. I forget what it was.
Oh, I'll be
We were
right
talking
back.
about
Guys.
Vodcast.
I gotta pick up my son from his youth group, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. And then I mentioned, did you ever see that Howie Mandel bit where he was talking, because he does that voice from Bobby's World, right?
Right.
And he can do that high-pitched thing. And he in his stand-up routine, he was talking about, he went into the hospital and he's using that voice and he goes, I was at a party and of course it's all high-pitched. I was at a party and we're all doing the helium and look at me. And everyone else's voice went back to normal and mine has kind of stayed. And he's like, that was 3 weeks ago. And like, the nurse is Mike's Gaming Gala put a Gilbert joke up there. Why didn't Anne Frank finish her diary? Concentration problem. Yeah. Yeah. And that's funny. It's sad though that people get so upset about jokes and humor and stuff like that. It's like, it's supposed to be funny. Just, joke about stuff as long as it's not mean-spirited, whatever. But I don't know. I like watching those controversial guys and the stuff they're willing to say. That's what made a lot of those guys great. Yeah. What if he still can do Bobby's World? I think he can. I saw Howie Mandel not that long ago, which is probably 10 years now. But he was already with his shaved head and all that. I think he was doing what's that game show he does? Make a deal or no deal?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? He was doing there for a while. I think he was also on like one of the America Got Talent or one of those type of shows.
Yeah, he was doing that too. But he did.
He has a podcast with his daughter. I catch some of those episodes now and then. Yeah.
Yeah. But his stand-up routine. I saw one of his stand-ups, and I want to say it was not in the 80s when he was doing all the inflate the thing on his head and all that stuff. He was I want to say early 2000s. It was pretty funny routine though. Got to check out the movie Stay Alive with Frankie Muniz and Pulse. Yeah. Deal or No Deal he was on, yeah. He'll be right back. Where's this youth group? In the basement? Yeah, it's not far.
Right. Deal or No Deal. Sorry. All those shows were right around the same time and I didn't watch any of them. So
right. That's the one with all the suitcases, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it would be on like right around evening news time or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, all of my game show watching happens when we're at my mom's house. She watches game shows all the time, but they're the modern ones.
I like watching the old ones on YouTube. They used to have the game show channel or whatever on DirecTV. I'd watch the old stuff on there.
Yeah. Oh, we were watching. I forget who they were. We were watching someone react to Happy Gilmore, and they didn't know who Bob Barker was.
Oh wow!
They're like, although they did when he said, "Does the price is wrong, Bob?" They go, I know they're from England now. They're British because they said, did they have Prices Right in America too? Maybe it's the price. Did he host Prices Right or something? And it's like, yeah, we have Prices Right here. I don't know if I'm assuming it started here, but yeah, he didn't know. That's where I see him as well at my mom's house. If you go to my mom's house, you'll see a lot of game shows and Barney Miller. She has all the Barney Miller on DVD, and yeah, but which was a great show. I did like Barney Miller, but like most things, those shows in the 70s and 80s, you just don't get shows like that.
Oh, Family Feud and Press Your Luck were two of my favorites back then. But I remember watching The Joker's Wild in the late 70s. That was an evening game show. And then The Gong Show, if that counts.
Right? Yeah, my brother used to like Press Your Luck. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Stop at a whammy. That was the best.
Yeah. But they watch Prices Right every day. My brother and my mom, they'll watch the Prices Right every day. And they record it on their set-top thing. Barney Miller or Benny Hill? Benny Hill, my mom was never a fan of. She
Right.
likes other Britcoms, Faulty Towers and stuff like that. But,
Yeah, we would watch Benny Hill when my mom wasn't in the room.
Yeah.
She didn't like that.
Yeah, my mom is not a fan of Monty Python either. But she likes Faulty Towers with John Cleese. But I think she just doesn't like the goofy humor kind of stuff, you know. Yeah, Kelly, mushy, mushy, mushy. Remember that episode of Barney Miller with the hashish brownies? And
Oh, yeah.
Nick eats one and he's talking about how mushy they get with his coffee. Loved Joker's Wild.
Yeah, Joker's Wild was cool. No Whammies. And there was a newer version. Wasn't it called No Whammy or just Whammy or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I think I liked, Wheel of Fortune was fun to try to solve the puzzles. And I always liked, Wheel of Fortune was on and then Jeopardy. So you'd get a couple of those puzzles on Wheel of Fortune and you'd feel really smart, and then Jeopardy would start. You'd remember how dumb you are. Because you're like, oh, shit. I just need to do the 100 column. And some of those I don't even know.
Yeah, we watched a lot of Wheel of Fortune back then before, me and my brother.
Yeah. Back in the old day when you picked prizes from the rotating.
Yeah. I want the ceramic elephant for $8,000.
The thing you can get at Kmart for $17.50. I'll buy it now for $287, please. Yeah, but those were the good old days.
Yeah, press your luck, Chaos. Press your luck.
Yeah, press your luck. Yeah, my brother
We had
watched
that one summer we were watching where the guy like won every game all summer long or something like that on there. Like kept returning. They thought he was cheating.
Yeah. Didn't he just kind of figure out the pattern?
Yeah, I think he was counting or something. But
yeah, he didn't cheat, but he figured out the pattern for it and knew when to press. And they're like, "Well, you're cheating." Not really. I'm just playing by your rules.
Right?
Fix your game. Yeah, I remember that. But I didn't watch it much myself, but my brother did. I don't know. Once I got to a certain age, I just went to movies or documentary style stuff. I didn't watch sitcoms. I didn't watch any of that stuff. You know, a little bit. I think the last sitcom I watched for any length of time was Friends, maybe, and we'd watch some Friends and Seinfeld, and then even that kind of faded out.
Yeah, we
you know,
watched a little bit of that. At least more so Seinfeld than Friends, but then the wife didn't really care for either of those shows. So pretty soon we weren't watching either of them. She never liked the George character. She thought he was a dick, and I'm like, that's the point. That's why he's funny, you know.
Right. Cheers. I like Cheers a lot. That was a good show. But yeah, I don't know. I would want to watch, you know, like I said, documentaries and stuff like that. And my ex, she didn't want any of that. She was a sitcoms all the way, and I'm like, I just don't find them all that funny anymore. Especially by the time they got to that where the method or whatever you want to call it, they were all the same blueprint. Stupid man, smart wife who runs everything, and just a bumbling idiot for a husband. And it's like, okay, so it's all a version of Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Right.
47 different shows. It's like, did you watch King of Queens? Yeah, I saw Tim the Toolman. Did you watch Everyone Loves Raymond? Yeah, I watched Home Improvement.
That's one that we came to like way after, like when it was in syndication, and we watched a few of them. And it's actually because of his parents in it that we ended up liking it. You know, how funny they were.
Which show?
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, Raymond. Well, yeah, because you got Frankenstein.
Right. Yeah, so we ended up liking that, I mean, years later. It wasn't until probably about 5 years ago we started watching that.
Yeah.
So, because we love documentaries too. Documentaries and the murder mysteries like 48 Hours and Dateline and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, that's what we'll watch, a lot of that stuff. If I can get Kelly off the porn, then we'll watch stuff like that. She's like, aren't there documentaries about porn? I'm like, we need to give it a break.
Documentaries, eh?
Yeah. But yeah, that was kind of especially in the earlier days with my ex, that was some of the worst times because back then you didn't have TVs in every room and all that stuff. And I'd be like, I don't feel like watching 3 hours of sitcoms and stuff like that. I wanted to watch that show about, you know, NASA or Cosmos or something like that. Or what was the one Leonard Nimoy did?
Oh, yeah. His old one was In Search Of.
Yeah. But, you know, or I'd like put on the Twilight Zone or Tales from the Crypt or something like that. I don't need to see these. But they
did that marathon of Tales from the Crypt. She recorded a lot of those on the DVR. So we've been watching a few of them during the week or whatever here and there.
Yeah. That's why when I met Kelly and we got to talking about stuff, and I'm finding out she likes all the stuff that I like, and I'm like, wow, there's chicks out there that want to watch Tales from the Crypt, and you can name off scenes from Twilight Zone, and she's like, oh yeah, that's the one with so and so in it.
Right.
But,
I loved watching all that stuff back in the day, but then we only got the censored versions of Tales from the Crypt, but they also had The Dark Side, The Dark Room. They brought back, what was it? What was the other one aside from the Twilight Zone? Was another one that was like it way back in the day. They brought it and the Twilight Zone both back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Kelly will probably type it before I can think of it. I know what you're talking about, though.
Outer Limits. The Outer Limits. Yeah. That was it. And then Monsters was another one. It was kind of like a Tales from the Crypt type of thing.
Yeah. It's funny. I can watch the older. Well, I guess, like I said, once they came up with the formula. That's the word I couldn't think of. They got that formula of the same cookie cutter stuff. Because I can watch the older sitcoms. Like I said, my mom will watch Barney Miller, and I can watch those. I can watch MASH. I can watch Leave It to Beaver before I want to watch
Andy Griffith's show. I still watch it.
Yeah. Outer Limits. Love the Outer Limits, says Mike. Yeah. But those were more my style, you know. And I don't know.
A lot of those things came back again in the 80s or the 90s.
Yeah.
What's the old one then, newer ones?
And then on Channel 5 on Sunday mornings, I think it was 10 o'clock in Phoenix, they had The World Beyond on. And it was, they'd play sci-fi and horror movies. And I'd be in the playroom watching it on the 13-inch black and white because there's no way I was going to be allowed to watch that crap on the 19-inch color TV in the living room.
We watched on Saturdays. Suspense Theater was on Channel 53 here in Pittsburgh. That was a UHF channel. So you would have a lot of the old Vincent Price movies and things like that. Some really bad sci-fi and horror movies on there. Then Sunday afternoons, we always went to church in the morning, and we would come home, and my dad's mom, my grandmother, would come over for dinner every Sunday. And you turn on TV, then it was usually an Abbott and Costello movie was on, or a Blondie movie, one of those types of things.
Yeah, Abbott and Costello, nice. Yeah, I guess they didn't hardly talk at all by the end.
Yeah, by the end it was bad. That's just bad.
Yeah, it's like Hall & Oates all over again. Hall & Oates is like Abbott and Costello all over again, whichever way you want to look at it.
Making my dreams come true.
That's one of those. If you watch the story from either one of their sides of the story, you're like, you watch the Daryl Hall version, you're like, John Oates is a dick. And then you watch the John Oates interview, and they're like, Daryl Hall's a dick. And so I think maybe they're both dicks.
I remember watching right after, well, they were on Howard Stern when they were still together, and that was right after Daryl Hall got Lyme disease. And he's on there talking about, I hate deer. You know, he wanted to kill all deer because of the deer thing that he got. Going nuts.
Yeah. I was talking to a guy at work today, talking about hating deers, and I don't even know how it came up. Oh, because I told him our dogs woke up at 2 a.m, woke me up, and then when you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to put the dogs out, and you know your alarm's going off at 4, you're not getting to sleep good. You just lay there. And so I was talking about that, and he goes, what were the dogs barking at? I'm like, I don't know. There could have been a coyote running by, maybe a wild pig, could have been a jackrabbit. I don't know. And so he got to talking about, he's from Jamaica, and he was talking about hunting pigs and hunting goats and all that stuff. And he goes, you know what I don't get around here in the States? People hunt deer. And I'm like, yeah, that's fairly common. But he kept calling them reindeer. And I'm like, well, there's not reindeer around here in Texas. But and then he said, I figured out that he just calls all deer reindeer. Because he said he went to I forget where he was, but they had all kind of deer head, mounted on the walls, and you could just buy them if you wanted with the different. He's like, there's all kind of reindeer with different kinds of horns and it's like, yeah, they're not all reindeer, but we don't need to get it. But he was like amazed that people hunt deer. He's like, I've never heard of it. Why would you hunt deer? It's like to eat them.
Yeah, very popular around here.
Yeah.
Although, and I think it's still banned, you're not allowed to sell deer meat, wild deer meat,
Oh.
You just have a father-in-law like mine that gets a buck and a doe about every year. We get his leftovers after he's refilling the freezer with new stuff. He gives us the old stuff. So.
Yeah. I've never been hunting, and when I got to Arkansas, they're big on it there. They get off school for deer day, first day of deer hunting season. They close the schools down and stuff. And I'd be working at the grocery store, and these little ladies, did you get your deer yet? And I'm like, I don't hunt. You don't hunt? I grew up.
Yeah, when I first started hunting, we didn't get the first day off, but it got to the point where everybody was coming in Tuesday with an excuse blank, and little Jimmy was sick, and they're like, "Bullshit, you were out hunting." So eventually, they made that a day off. But just recently, the PA Game Commission switched the first day of buck from Monday to a Saturday now, so there's no getting that day off anymore.
Yeah, Jason had a culture shock when we left Arizona and went up to Arkansas because his school, they were on the verge of putting metal detectors on the doors and taking the doors off of the lockers so that they wouldn't be able to hide weapons and stuff like that. It's like if you went in with a freaking nail file that was pointed, you'd get in trouble, get that confiscated. Then we go to Arkansas, guys got shotguns in the back window of their
Right.
truck when they go. He said that they were leaving after football practice, and one of the coaches needed to cut something was tied down with twine, and he's like, "Has anyone got a knife?" He said this kid just reaches in his back, he pulls out a freaking blade, like
Right.
a 9-inch blade. He's like, "Here you go, coach." He cuts it and hands it back to the kid on school property. He's like, "Man, that's a expulsion for having that in Arizona in the school." And he's like,
Yeah, it was that way here.
Yeah.
In the 80s, I remember the older kids with their pickup trucks in the school parking lot with the shotgun on the rack in the back window. Have knives, pocket knives on you at school, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, well, Jason graduated in 2010, so this was even recent. You know, it's like, geez. Let's see. Mike put something up here. There was a great miniseries in the 80s called Connections. I've seen that. I'd seen that show, yeah. I don't remember much about it, but yeah. So
I'll have to see if I can find that anywhere. That sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
You mentioned In Search of, though. I remember watching that every week. And I always thought it was kind of creepy. But I always loved that music for In Search of. I thought several times about buying the box set just to have it.
Yeah. I love all that stuff.
I just watched the one. What is the movie? I can't remember the name of it, but every time my wife comes across it, we go to watch it. And it has Christopher Walken and, what the heck? Now I just lost the name. But so that kind of, it's pointless to tell the story now. Now, Christopher Walken's the father, and he's bad. And he comes back into his boys' lives. Sean Penn is his son. And Sean Penn's real-life brother is his little brother in the movie. And he gets them doing bad stuff, stealing tractors and stuff like that, and making all kind of money.
Is it Prophecy? No?
At Close
It has
Range.
the Madonna song in it. That one Madonna song.
At Close Range.
This is the terrible.
At Close Range.
At Close Range.
Yeah.
And I got to admit, it is a good movie. But every time she goes past it, we got to watch. She had it on again yesterday.
It's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dad's just a bad dude, and he comes around when they're teenagers and kind of gets them into the business a little bit. But
yeah, Kaos had guessed it, or he knew it. Christopher Walken, Christopher Penn, and Sean Penn called At Close Range.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that movie.
Yeah, check that one out.
That reminds me of True Romance. I need to watch that. I had that stored. I need to watch because Christopher Walken's in that film too.
Oh man.
And then Joe Dirt, because Christopher Walken's in that too. The
It
Deer
puts
Hunter.
the lotion on the skin.
Joe Dirt.
Drew it in the hole. Yeah, that was who's the bad guy? You remember the movie Cobra with Sylvester Stallone? So he was that the guy that was the bad guy in that film was the serial killer or whatever, the one that had Joe in the hole. What's his name? I know he's from here in Washington State. He actually went to her college. That's where he studied at.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and he played in Mortal Kombat and Annihilation. I can't remember his name though.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
Shao Kahn in it.
Yeah. Gosh, dang, I can't think of that actor's name either. This is where the law stops. And I begin.
Yeah, and Christopher Walken's scene in Pulp Fiction wasn't a bad one either.
The watch. Uncomfortable piece of metal up my ass for 3 years.
Oh, Brian Thompson. That was
Yeah.
the guy's name that had Joe in the hole.
Yeah. Let's see. Need to rewatch the stream and write down all the awesome movie and TV references. Yeah. Walken had a great scene in True Romance.
What movie was that says you got a purty mouth? I remember seeing
Deliverance.
I saw like, what was it, like a trivia? I think it was on what do you call it? Jeopardy. I'm like, what the hell is that? It sounds so familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. Deliverance.
What a terrible scene.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Ned Beatty. And to
Yeah,
make
I
him
was just-
squeal on top of that, just wow. Oh, man.
Yeah. So,
Good
someone
thing I
made
wasn't one of their buddies because I'd have to remind them about it all the time. Hey, remember
Right.
that time?
Yeah. Someone made a Deliverance reference to my dad one time a bunch of years back, and I'm like, yeah, he's not going to know. I don't know if I ever saw. The last movie I know that my dad saw and watched an entire movie was Star Wars in 1977 when he came out, and he was like, I don't know what the big deal is. And it's like, oh, you use your mouth prettier than a $20 whore. Yeah. Can't make movies like that anymore.
Nope.
Where's my froggy? Where's my froggy? Ribbit. Ribbit. Yeah. I mean, even the little stuff in that movie that Blazing Saddles, when he's trying to get Lily Van Stoop to seduce and he knocks on the door and she opens it, and at the end he's like, just a little feel, and he reaches up and she's like, no. It's like, that would get you canceled nowadays. He'd be Me Too. Touch me. But yeah, such a great movie though. I like watching reactions to that move, to Blazing Saddle, with the young people of today, because they just can't get past it, you know.
Yeah, that and All in the Family reactions are great.
And a lot of what's bad with All in the and Blazing Saddle, couldn't make them back then either, but they did it anyway. Only Mel Brooks could get away with it. A lot of the younger people nowadays, they don't get the satirical humor, and that it's, you know, the comedy is how dumb Archie Bunker was. You know, it's not that, hey, look at this racist guy, he's really cool. It's, hey, look at this racist guy, he's a fucking idiot. But yeah. And then, you know, of course, Carol O'Connor, I guess, was a really awesome guy in real life, you know. And
Right.
nothing like and I still think the funniest thing about that is that how good of a singer Edith Bunker was in real life, the actress, I don't know her name, and she struggled to sing that opening the way she sings it, because she's, I guess, a very good singer, you know, like classically trained or something like that. And she's like, okay, And
then you find out she was hanging out with like Alice Cooper and people like that back in the day.
Yeah.
When that show was on, right? You never would have guessed.
Yeah,
I did see one interview with her in more recent years. I didn't see it when it came out, but both her and Carol O'Connor were on the Donnie and Marie talk show.
Oh,
And they asked her to do the Edith voice, and she wouldn't do it. She said, "I only do that when I'm getting paid." You know.
yeah, I saw that interview. I saw that thing where she's like, "No," and she didn't. She
Nope.
refused. Chaos says, "What are your top 3 Schwarzenegger movies?" Do you want them in order? I don't know. For me, it would be Terminator 2, Predator,
Yeah.
Terminator 1. And Terminator 2, Predator, or Terminator 1 and Predator could go either way depending on how I feel that day.
Yeah, I would say Terminator 2 because he's a little deeper than he is in Terminator 1.
Oh,
He has some good movies. I
I
mean,
might have to take out one of those. Terminator 2 is probably my favorite. True Lies.
True Lies is excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
I even liked Commando. That was one of my favorites.
Commando,
That's a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I think I would go with Terminator 2 and True Lies, and then I start getting into the toss-up stuff. You know, the original.
I love Total Recall, but I went to see Total Recall at the theater, and I got the VHS the following Christmas, which back then was fast. Usually VHS didn't come out that quick, you know. Love that movie.
Yeah. T2, Commando, Last Stand, but there are so many, says Derek. Yeah.
You didn't say twins there? Tonight's your night, bro.
Yeah.
Yaka the yak, don't talk back. Oh, what a great movie.
What's the one he gets pregnant? Arnold?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to remember the name of that one too.
Was it Junior?
Yeah.
Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, that's a good one.
Kindergarten Cop. Yeah.
Conan the Barber.
Let's see. Mike says T1, T2, Last Action Hero.
That was a good one. I went to the theater to see Last Action Hero also. Went to a midnight viewing for Terminator 2 when it opened up. That was awesome.
Conan, Jingle All the Way.
That's a guilty pleasure movie there. I didn't discover it till later, and then every Christmas, if it's on, yeah, I got to watch it.
Yeah.
It's turbo time.
Had I told you guys my story with True Lies?
No.
The guy, he bought the house across the street from me in Arizona, and he was retired now. But when he was when he was still working, he worked at a place that made night vision goggles, and he was approached by the movie studios, and they said, "We need a night vision goggle, night vision apparatus that'll hook to a swim mask for the opening scene in True Lies when he's comes up through the pool." And he said, "We don't make anything like that." And they said, "We know. That's why we need you to design it." So he designed that mask.
Oh, that's cool.
And at first I was like, oh, maybe he's full of shit or whatever. But then he came out, and they were never released. But he came over to the house a couple days later, and he brings me a ball cap, and it's got that whatever agency they work for, him and which they didn't sell those hats. It was only for crew. And he had one from the movie set, and he gave it to me. He's like, I don't watch movies at all. I just did that thing, and you are all about, because he knew I had the movie theater in my house. And so he gave me, and I have no idea whatever happened to that hat. Yeah, I've moved 3 or 4 times since then. But yeah, it was from the production company. Yeah. Total Recall was pretty good, but Running Man was better. Put the cookie down now.
Yeah, I really liked The Running Man. That was great.
Yeah. Yeah, Schwarzenegger had a lot of good movies.
Well, he was also in Expendables 2. I liked him in that with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris was in it too.
Yeah. Yeah, those Expendable movies were pretty crazy with the collaborative of all the different people.
Oh yeah, like Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah. Oh, Daniel's gonna go to bed. It's only 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Good night, Daniel.
All right.
Thanks for
Good
dropping
night,
in.
Daniel.
Thanks for stopping by. Come in next Sunday night. We'll be here again. So yeah, I think Daniel might be on the right track though. It might be about time to head to bed.
Yeah.
I was gonna get yelled at here shortly.
Oh, I already got yelled at. I ran the weed eater yesterday, and I chopped down her bleeding heart plant that was planted.
Oh no.
Yeah,
already.
Oh, not good. So I
Yeah.
guess I should never weed eat again. Probably would be the best idea.
There you go. There you go. Just tell her you started to just sleep out here because you thought you were still in the doghouse. We ended the show a while ago. I just didn't know if it was safe to come in. So, all right. Yeah, I think it's about time. So,
Yeah.
Mike, what do you got going on? You got anything you want to plug? Anything coming up?
Aside from
Yeah.
MGG's mom.
I gotta go run to the 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee out of that. Yeah, I'm working on the NES video. I kind of had to get rid of the we call it, like I filmed some of it and I didn't like it because of the audio issue, so I have to refilm everything over again today, and then I can work on my video. So that's what I'm working. It's an NES game I'm working on.
Nice. Look
Yeah.
forward to that.
Absolutely. Poe, what do you got going on? Did you get to record anything at all this weekend?
No, and I didn't even get to play pinball, but that's okay. I'll try to get to it this week here. As soon as I get my Megaforce and everything with that, I'm going to make a video on that for the 2600. Oh, the other thing is, and that's thanks to Mike's Gaming Gala for letting me know, he got an email from the guy that made the game Oh Shoot for the Atari 2600, the homebrew. And I don't have my email out there, so he asked him how to get a hold of me to do a review video, which Mike already did his, I think, back in February or March. I've also seen Brian's Man Cave did one, and The Creep. So we got in touch, and he sent me the ROM for the game and some pictures and stuff that I can use for the video. So that was last night. He sent those. And so I hurried up before we came on the show, and I put the ROM on my Go, and I put it on my Uno Plus cart. So when I get the chance, I'm going to try to play around with this thing a little bit and get a little practice in handheld-wise, and then I'll shoot my video on the Uno cart with the Uno cart. And then hopefully there is a 2-player to it. I can get my daughter one evening to join in. So just want to do the review right, since the guy was nice enough to send me the ROM.
Good. Sounds awesome. All right. And I don't have anything coming up. Nothing special. So I'll just go with the normal stuff. Make sure you check out Pierre and Casey tomorrow night. Pierre and Mike with BD Retro Mods Tuesday night. Crispy's on Wednesday night. Me and Greg are on Thursday night. Derek and Megan are on Friday during the day. Crispy and his wife, or Mrs. Crispy, are on Friday night. That leads you up to Mike's live stream on Saturday, 2 p.m. Mike's coming up with that cool little map thing.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
All the different people.
That helps.
Yeah, it helps you find all that stuff. Like I said, links are always in the description below. All those channels I named, there's links in the description. If you don't want to have to try to memorize what we say or go find Mike's thing, just go subscribe to all those people and click the little bell, and then you'll find out when they're going live. That's the best bet. A lot of good guys out there. Pierre's still here, and he does. Oh, and he does a Friday night show too. And Pierre's on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. And we had talked about the Friday show earlier in the show, but that was like 2 days ago when we started the show. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's starting to rain. So I'm going to get wet on my walk back to the house. So, all right. I guess I'll click that outro. That's what everyone's been waiting for. And we'll see you all next week. Mike, thanks for coming in.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thanks for being here again. Anytime we get to hang out with Mike, it's a great night. So we're out of here. Thanks for watching. See you all next week.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by, guys. We hope to see you next week.
Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid. Yeah, the retro game stories. You know what they did. From Atari to Zaxxon, every secret unwound. Best closing credits theme. The baddest around. Flippers are flapping. The high scores in sight. Talking old consoles, day in and day out. Through the night, every button pressed, every cartridge blown clean. Reliving the glory on a glowing screen. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid. Yeah, the retro game stories. You know what they did. From Atari to Zaxxon, every secret unwound. Best closing credits theme. The baddest around. No cheat codes needed, just passion and fun. For every true gamer till the podcast is done.